I'm about to share with you guys the best ultimate tip for free-to-play players to succeed early on in SD Gundam G Generation Eternal. What's up, everybody? Fortexfiend here, and welcome to another SD Gundam Eternal video. And like I said, I want to share with you guys this tip that not only helped me out, but also helped out a bunch of the people in my Discord community. First of all, shoutouts to my Discord community for having a hand in helping me make this video. In particular, a Discord member of mine who goes by the name of Leech for sharing screenshots and footage of how this particular tip helped him get through the game. And I'm going to be sharing it with you guys now. So, what does this tip entail? Well, first off, after you reroll and do all of your rerolling, you want to make sure to have one UR attacker type unit. And we're going to go ahead and take a look right here so I could give you a visual. So this is my free-to-play account, okay? And my UR attacking type unit that I chose was Exia, okay? So this is very crucial that they need to be attacker type because you want to be able to do as much damage as possible. This is also possible with a UR attacking type unit such as Sazabi. Those are the two most popular ones, Sazabi and Exia, because they're quote-unquote meta tier. However, this is also possible with like Unicorn Destroy Mode, Crossbones, some of the other DPS units. You just gotta know how to do this properly. Okay, so when you get your UR attacking type unit, this is what you want to do as you progress through the game. So you're gonna get through all the stages, right? The Mobile G Gundam, or the Mobile Suit Gundam series and all that stuff. First off, the strategy is you wanna invest 95%, 90 to 95% of your resources into that attacking type unit. The strategy is that you want to have one super beefy unit who can pretty much solo the entirety of the stages that you're fighting. And this includes the hard mode stages as well, because I actually did this with the hard mode stages for the Mobile Suit Gundam series, and I did it with flying colors. It was actually pretty good. I was actually overall underpowered, which includes the secret bosses, and I still was able to do it. Now for those hard stages, you are going to want to play manually because you have to take specific units for a certain series, and those units, because they're going to be slightly under leveled, they're going to be kind of a liability, so you want to strategically pull them back while you let your super beefy unit take command and take control. Okay, and then as far as like your other units that you're going to have to use, for example, in the story mode, you want to build them up just a little bit. As you can see right here, I have my other units like at level 36, level 35 right over here, level 36, level 32. So you want to throw some resources into them because you don't want them to die and then lower your score and not be able to get all the stars, but at least be able to be there to provide a little bit of support, especially for the missions that you're going to be doing that require you to have all of those other units available. But in a nutshell, this beefy unit that you build up is going to be able to help you breeze through content and can even solo some of the harder stages, such as like if you go into the upgrade stages, as you climb through the higher rankings of the upgrade stages, you'll be able to tackle, like, for example, Capital Level 4, Capital Level 5. You could solo those because you could take that unit by itself, or Unit Upgrade Level 3. Those are the stages that you're going to be able to successfully solo without having those other units as like a hindrance, and be able to get you all the 3 stars and get the skips for this particular content. And I'm going to go ahead and show you right here just how powerful this strategy is. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take Exia. As you could see, the power recommendation right now, it looks like I'm severely underpowered, but let me just show you the magic of this particular strategy. Again, this is a very free-to-play friendly strategy. Also, you don't have to re-roll until you get a full limit broken unit, attacking type unit. I have seen in my Discord that some are actually trying to do that. I think it's unnecessary because right now my Exia is at 0 limit break and it's doing just fine, okay? So like, look at that right there, right? And barely takes any damage either because this unit is just so like overpowered because of the amount of resources that I've dumped into it. All right, so now the boss is already dead. Okay, and then we're going to the enemy phase. Look how much damage that does. And also the cool thing with Exia as your chosen DPS unit is that he starts off at that max supercharged tension so that he's able to deal a ton of damage. All right, we're going to do one more example here. I'm going to go ahead and do... Let's do a stage 4. Let's see here. Yeah, let's do this stage 4 right here. Let me just make sure that... Look at the power here. So 15,000 there. We got 12,000. All right, yeah, I'm pretty confident that Exia could totally solo this. All right, here we go. So on this one, I'm going to go ahead and play manual just because I want to be able to deal as much damage as possible, and I don't want to risk the AI making any mistakes. Here we go. Where are the 2 other enemy opposing units? Oh, there they are. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and fly right over here. Actually, you know what? No, we're going to do this. Since they're a little bit out of range, I'm just going to go ahead and use Activate and use Attack Burst, and then we're going to use his EX ability. Skip that. All right, 85,000 damage. Okay, here they come. I'm going to go ahead and counter. So we're taking about... Okay, so he has a 60% chance of evading, which is... There you go. All right. Again, the beefed up stats, because you put all of the resources into this one unit, it's amazing to see this. All right, so what I'm going to go ahead and do here is just finish this unit off. I'm just going to use the short range skill right over here. The GN sword. All right, so the tension's up. We're supercharged. We're going to go ahead and dive right here. We're going to use this long-ranged Trans Am. Actually, let's go ahead and do this. Let's get the attack burst on. All right, so that's a guaranteed kill. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I thought that would be a guaranteed kill. Well, let's just see what happens. I'm actually going to watch this animation. Some of these animations are really long, but they're really, really, really fun to watch. About 64k damage. All right, enemy turn. So let's see. Okay, so he's just going to be counterattacking all over the place. Yeah, sure. We'll take that damage. That's fine. See, we got the dodge there. And something I want to mention, you also want to be leveling up the corresponding pilot, of course, with the unit, the DPS unit of your choice. So like right now, my Setsuno, I have him at level 60, which is when you unlock all of his different abilities. So when you do that, you'll have access to all the abilities, and then afterwards you can start focusing on your other pilots. But again, 90 to 95% of your resources you want to invest into your UR DPS unit. All right, let's go ahead and finish this off. And that's it, guys. So that's going to be the ultimate best pro tip that I've come across so far to share with free-to-play players to help you guys get through some of the earlier content, some of the hard earlier content too, without much difficulty. So again, invest about 90 to 95% of your resources into your UR attacking type unit. Spread a little bit of your other resources across your other units, so that way they're not like a super liability, and you should have a fairly easy time being able to clear some of this content that's pretty difficult. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know if you guys have already tried this strategy and if you're having some success with it. I'd love to hear your comments. Thank you guys again for watching. Stay tuned for my next video and stay blessed, everybody.